My name is John Bessire, and welcome to the TV show John's World. And today we're at the Los Altos Library on a Games Day, where people bring in board games, which board games are something that people actually play in the same room, unlike computer games. You get to talk to all the people you're with. One of the people I'm going to introduce is Peter. He's going to be talking about the game Shogun and introducing how to play it. Also, there will be other people demoing games. And there's also multiple game days at other locations where people get together maybe weekly or monthly to play board games. And Peter, would you tell me about the other board games?
This is really a great gaming weekend in the Bay Area. I was in Sacramento yesterday. There's an entire weekend-long convention sponsored by the Sacramento Area War Game Society. I know that Endgame in Oakland is having a big all-day miniatures auction with hundreds of miniatures, all at auction prices. And here we are in Los Gatos at the public library, and everybody's playing board games like crazy. So it's really an exciting weekend this weekend. And it isn't even a major holiday weekend. It's just a regular gaming weekend here in the Bay Area.
Okay, what other groups meet regularly for playing board games?
I guess I'm lucky enough to live in the Berkeley, Oakland area, and we have quite a few stores that have regular weekly meetings. So every Wednesday night at Endgame, every Friday night at Games of Berkeley, and it's a lot of local clubs that just every week you can go and play board games on the board game night.
Okay. Also, what styles of games do people play?
Well, that's a good question. I guess generally we think about two kind of big categories. There's American style games and European style games. And European style games are usually more economic, more about numbers, more about building things, more about railroads and cities. And American games are more about fighting and conflict. So American gamers like, we like battles, we like war. The European gamers, they like more kind of strategy, technology, economic games. So I think people like them both. Around here we play American games, we play German games, we play, all kinds of games.
All right, thank you. And also, would you explain how to play the game Shogun?
Hi, my name's Peter, and this is Hero Card Rise of the Shogun. And in this game, you are trying to be the first shogun of medieval Japan. And what this is, Hero Card is a game where if there is a fight during the game, you use cards to resolve the conflict. So instead of rolling dice, you'd play cards. Every player has a hero, so I've got the samurai and I've got this blue pawn here. And that samurai has a special deck of cards that comes with him. My opponent in this game has got the ninja, and he's the little purple ninja figure, and he also has his own deck of cards to play. If a fight should break out between us during the game, I would then look at my hand and I would say, oh, I've got it. Yay! They're cheering for it. If there was a fight, I would look at my hand and I would say, here's an attack card. I'm going to play this attack card down. So I play it, and now I'm attacking the ninja. The ninja would then look into his hand, and hopefully he would have a block card. If he had this block card, he could then play it. Now he's blocking my attack. The game goes back and forth. The game goes back and forth. I play attacks. The other player plays blocks. I play attacks. And we keep playing until we've finished the combat. And in all Hero Card games, we use the same card combat system to resolve fights. So what are we actually doing in this game? In this game, I am the samurai, and I start with my palace here, and then Ninja starts with a palace there. During the game, I will build lines of peasant warriors connecting the palaces together. Eventually, I will capture more palaces, and if I capture enough palaces, I will be the Emperor of Japan, and I will win the game. How do I get one of these palaces on my side? During my turn, my hero can march on over to an unclaimed palace and take a mission card. You'll see there are missions. They have little palaces on the back. And now I'll take a mission card and I'll place my marker in the courtyard. And this means that I'm courting this palace. I will look at this mission. It says capture at least one peasant. So on a later turn, I can march over here. I can play an attack, which means I play attack cards down out of my hand. If I win, I capture this peasant. I've now succeeded in completing my mission, and now this palace joins my side and it becomes one of my lords. Now I have yet another palace under my control. During the game, I can also go and attack the opposing player's hero, and I can also go and visit a shrine. When I want to visit a shrine, I march my guy over to one of these torii gates, I pick it up, I hand it to my opponent, and he gets to put it down, and I get to take a draw from the treasure deck. And the treasure deck has, for example, powerful weapons that you can get, or ghosts and monsters that you can send out against your opponent, and things like that. These I then put in my hand and I can use at a later date. Now in this game, there's a special position, and that is to control the imperial seat at Heian. And Heian is modern-day Kyoto, and this was the first seat of power in ancient medieval Japan. Now, if I control it and I have my marker there, then I can dictate what other players can do on their turn. So, for example, the purple player here, the ninja, says, I want to place more houses and build my chain of power. And I can say, you know what, ninja? I don't think so, because I'm the emperor and I'm going to veto that action. This really becomes important in a 4-player game, because one person is the emperor and all 3 other players have to ask them permission to do different activities. So let's say the ninja is tired of being oppressed by this blue emperor. He'll march on over here. He'll attack my line of control. He'll play hero cards down. If he wins, he'll break the chain. Now I'm thrown off the throne in Heian, and now nobody's the emperor, and everybody gets to do what they want during their turn. So that's basically the short view of Hero Card Rise of the Shogun. It's a 2-player game, and it's expandable to 3 and 4 players with more hero decks. All the hero card heroes work in all the hero card games. So if I really like the way this samurai plays, I can take him to cyberspace, I can take him to Champion of New Olympia and do a superhero duel, and he'll work seamlessly in any of the games.
So on the next game, Monty's going to be demoing the game called Hero Card Champion of a New Olympia. This is a hero-type game where superheroes running around the streets trying to solve crimes. And Monty, could you tell me a little bit about the game?
Yeah, it's... All right, so I'm demoing a new game called Hero Card Champion of New Olympia. Basically, it's part of the Hero Card line where everybody gets a deck of cards that represents a character. In this case, you're one of 4 superheroes running around in the city of New Olympia. Basically, the goal is to solve crimes, get fame medals, and become the crowned champion of New Olympia. Other players will be playing cards to try to slow you down and to prevent you from solving crimes. The problem is, though, if there are X number of failed crimes, then the whole city is taken over by chaos and everybody loses in the game. So I basically play the card game in order to defeat other heroes or to defeat the crime in order to win the game. The basic turn, you go through your card hand, get rid of cards, draw cards, clear out cards that you've played beforehand, and then you move up to 3 spaces on the board to interact with contacts to get more information about crimes, or you go to the actual locations themselves and turn over the card, and they will describe to you, for example, in this case, there's a government coup at City Hall, and the number here represents how many cards your opponents can play to prevent you from winning. And you'll be playing attacks or blocks in order to stop this crime from occurring. If you succeed, you take the card, you gain the fame medal, and 3 fame medals you win. If you fail, you put it off to one side, add it to the crime wave, and in a 2-player game, for example, 5 cards in a crime wave means everyone's lost. All right, thanks.